Hello. Hello. Welcome to my tutorial today. We have a dandy picture of our class if you ever wondered what we look like. You know, James is in the red if you ever wanting to know. He's kind of scared for the profiling. He's got a record. But so today we're going to talk about what CR2 images are and what the use of them are and in Photoshop and what you can use them for and what the benefits are of shooting in a RAW format so on your camera. So if you want to just double click it, if you have Photoshop, because that's what we're in, it'll bring it up in Photoshop. If not, just right click. If it doesn't open up in Photoshop, and go open with, and then they'll give you some other options and you can open it in Photoshop if it's not your default. And so here is the RAW menu. As you can see, this isn't your typical Photoshop menu when you first open, but because this image is RAW, this comes up and you get a bunch of different special features that you can mess around with that you normally can't use when you're just shooting, whether it be in a small format or a medium format or a large format. And so when you're in your camera settings menu and you choose RAW, these are some of the benefits that you will reap for doing it when you're editing your photos. And so I don't know what I just did. Okay, well, I think I just hit enter, but I'll just open it again. And so when the menu comes up, you see this like little side menu over here, and so you can change your white balance first. And so you can do an auto white balance, or you can set to a daylight white balance, or cloudy, or shade, or tungsten, and all these other things. But I'm just leaving it as shot right now. You can change the temperature of the photo, so if you wanted it to be nice and warm, or really yellow, or you can make it cold, they're freezing. You can add some tints to it that will correlate with your temperature, so you can use that to mess with it more. And let me just turn this down so it's somewhat tasteful. This isn't looking very good, actually. Oh, that's not working. Well, okay, so now what we can do is you can mess around with the exposure, so you can overexpose it if you're into that sort of thing, or if you can underexpose it, or you can put it at its correct exposure so it's a nice photo. You are able to use contrast and bring it up, bring it down. You can use the highlights, bring down the shadows, bring them up. So you basically just have this nice menu that you can use in Photoshop, but you're able to do more than you would from the start and from the get-go with your menu. Clarity is something you can do to sharpen your image, and you've got all these other different sub-menus that you're able to use. And so you got sharpening, you got your different sliders of such, and split toning, and lens correction, and effects, and camera calibration, and yeah, so it's very useful if you get the time to dig in and use it. I encourage you to use it because it's fun, and photos are fun. When you're done using it, you can click open image and it will open in your canvas. That is it.